I'm going to start this one about fear of your children's relationships being not necessarily positive or better if you home educate. I'm going to start this one with the testimony of a mom that told me she has 3 sons, and she would pick them up from school, and within minutes of them being in the car, they were at each other. She had to devise all kinds of ways to keep them separated in the car, just from school to home. And that was the start of her afternoon nightmares. She said this is what used to come out of her mouth. She used to say, I dread the holidays. Now, here's a mom who could be really looking forward to the holidays because she's going to have more time with the children and they're going to be do this and that. But she was dreading it because of her 3 sons that she said, give them half a chance, they'll kill each other. Okay, these are the sort of things that she said. And it's a few stronger things than that as well, which I won't say now. I'm starting with that testimony to say that this mom's situation changed, whereby she had to home educate. Do you know that it wasn't by choice, it was by circumstance? Within 3 weeks of her home educating, her boys stopped fighting with each other. The next 3 weeks, she saw the eldest one, who had no relationship with his younger brother, according to her, helping him with his pencil by putting some other plasticine or something around it to help him to hold it more comfortably. She just wanted to burst into tears. That it was just astounding to her. So then the final thing is she says that after 3 months of their home educating, she was so converted because of the fact that her children's relationship just went from absolutely nightmarish to something so good that it was just hard for her to just not be in tears every day, to just actually watch the fruit of what she saw before her. So I could stop right there on this particular topic about fear of your children's relationship. If we think about it, the time we spend with people is the time where relationships happen and where we're growing relationships. So if your children are spending time together, a lot more time than if they were not home educated, because that's just a fact. I'm not saying one against the other, just saying children at home are spending all day together, a huge portion of the day, a lot more than if they were going to different classrooms in school. Okay, that environment means that they have to work on relationships. They've got a parent who knows what's good for them, who knows that they shouldn't be snatching and pulling and shoving and biting and speaking badly and unkindly. The parent knows that. So now the parent's there to guard that behavior and say, that's not how we behave, that's not what we do. And so she and him, mom and dad, are constantly molding and teaching and training this behavior that is for building good relationships. That happens naturally in parenting, unless it's a completely neglectful parent, a parent who's not even noticing that the children are bleeding. I mean, that is just rare. We're not talking about that here. We're talking about a parent who's concerned. That's why you're watching this. You're concerned for your children's relationships being good, the siblings. So I'm saying that home educating environment is the place to make that good. It's the place where it can be good. It's a place where it can be intentional, whereby you're working at that a lot more of the time than you otherwise would be. So it's certainly not something to fear about it becoming something that is worse if they were to be at home with one another. Now, sure, there might be times where you see that there's particular clashes of personality, they're not really getting on very well, and you think maybe if they were just separate and were able to go their own way, it wouldn't create this fireworks scenario that you've got. Well, the fireworks is enough to show that you have a problem and that you need to address it and deal with it. And if these two can't, as brother and sister or brother and brother, whichever relationship it might be, they can't resolve their conflicts and come to a better place of relationship, well, then they're going to have a problem later on in life anyway with relationships. I mean, we know that as parents. So this is a perfect opportunity for you to help repair that and have that restored in the relationship. Now I'm thinking of another little testimony of a young lady who's 21 now, and she came to visit us the other day, and was home educated nearly all of her life, but her siblings were all of their life. And she just cannot speak more strongly about her relationship with her siblings. She just says they're so dear to her. They're her best friends. And she just knows that she knows that she knows that it's their home educating, secluded lifestyle. They didn't live in a social environment. And, at times she suffered for that. But she felt that she suffered for that. But now she's in a very social environment, in a university surrounded by, and she sees other people's lack of relationship with their siblings, absolute lack of relationship. And she values the relationship she has with her siblings so much because she's seeing the other side. She might not have seen that in the time of her childhood, though. That's what I'm just giving you assurance of, to help dispel this fear, and let's get it out the way of being concerned about your children's relationships deteriorating or becoming worse because of the environment of togetherness in this close-knit environment within the family. I can't see that God's not okay with that. I think he's okay with the fact that we're close-knit and that we're building on relationships and we helping one another, iron sharpening iron, smoothing off the edges. I think that's what he wants. That's my understanding from what I've got from the word. So, I have so many families that I can look at right now, and I'm thinking of them, they're going through my mind right now, and I can't think of an example now of young adults or adults that were home educated, and thinking of their relationships with the siblings that they have is so, so, so beautiful. It really is something lovely to look at. So I'm not overdoing the good of all of this. I'm just speaking the truth. If I had something else to say and give you a caution about it and say, yeah, it could be a little bit risky because, maybe they turn against each other, then I'd be telling you that. I'm only telling you what we know, what we've experienced, what we see, and the fruit is good. So you have no fear about relationship if you're intentional and if you do what is right, and you mold and you guide and you direct as you would naturally do as a parent, a loving parent, well, then you don't have anything to fear.